All right, in 12.3, we're going to review negative exponents. You should have seen this in Algebra 1, but it's been a while, so let's look at the rules that you should know but may have forgotten. So do you remember this rule, that a to the 0, anything to the 0 power is always equal to 1? So it makes simplifying pretty simple if you remember this rule. Anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. So what does that look like? Well, look at number 1 here. X to the 0 power, that reduces really easily to just a 1. All of this goodness on number 2 is raised to the 0 power, which means all of it reduces to 1. Here, this guy is all raised to the 0 power, so it's just 1 times x, so my answer is just x. Now, another rule that you may have forgotten is this one. When we divide exponents, we are really, we're subtracting, but sometimes it's easier to think of it as canceling. So like at number 4, think of it as there's 4 x's here, right? And there's 1 on the bottom. So I can cancel 1 out, which leaves me with x to the 3rd power. So it's subtracting, but it's more like canceling in my mind. Let's look at number 5. X to the 3rd, y to the 3rd over x to the 5th, y to the 1st. All right, so if I cancel, look at my x's. There's 3 on top, 5 on bottom. So if I take 3 from the bottom, I'm going to have 2 left on bottom, none on top, right? The y's, I have 3 on top, 1 on bottom. So if I cancel, I have 2 left on top. So I want to leave it just like that. So let's consider this. What about negative exponents? So negative exponents right here, anything to the negative power, really it's about the placement of that value. Okay? So if it's negative exponent, then you put it underneath the fraction bar and it will become positive, and then vice versa. It's about placement. And so make yourself a little note here that you never ever want to leave a negative exponent in an answer. You always want to move that piece over the fraction bar to make the power positive. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Number 1 here, when you divide, we have x to the negative 3, y to the 4th. Now, the way to make that power positive is just to move this piece underneath. So that y to the 4th is going to leave it alone, and I'm going to put a fraction bar underneath it and put x to the 3rd below. Now they're both positive exponents, and I can't reduce any further, so that's it for that question. Look at number 2. This should be x to the negative 2 power, y z to the 0 over x cubed, y to the negative 3. All right, so we noticed some negative powers. This guy is a negative power, so it needs to move down. This guy has a negative power. It needs to move up. That'll make it positive. Now let's look also at what's happening. Z to the 0 power, that's just 1. So if I go through this and start rearranging, I'm going to have, on the bottom, I'm going to move that x squared, and I still have that x cubed. On the top, if I have that y, and then I'm going to move that y to the 3rd up here. Now, I'm not finished. I need to simplify this. Now we're back to the rules where we multiply side by side. When you do that, we just add the exponents. So this is y to the 4th over x to the 5th. Look at number 3. Let's try this again. Let's see what we can clean up and cancel out. So 9 divided by 3 is just 3, so we can reduce there. X, there's 2 on top, there's 5 on bottom, so I can reduce that in a second. But this negative exponent, I need to move down to make it positive. So let's see what we have left. We have 3x squared on the top. On the bottom, I have x to the 5th, y times y, right? So if I clean this up, that 3 is going to stay where it is. There's 2 x's on top, there's 5 on bottom, so that'll cancel down to just 3. And then I have y times y, which is y squared. So 3 over x cubed, y squared. Now, when you're multiplying, let's look at this. You want to make yourself this little note here. Wait and deal with any negative exponents last, because sometimes they kind of work themselves out, all right? So let's follow our rules and see what happens when we multiply. So here, we're going to 4x to the 6 times 7x to the negative 4. We're just going to multiply coefficients first. So I'll have 28 And then I have x to the 6th times x to the 4th. Well, remember when we do side by side, we're just adding. So it really just becomes 28x squared. So the negative exponent took care of itself. What about on number 2? So I multiply coefficients, and I get negative 24, and then x to the negative 11th plus 5 will give me x to the negative 6. So I can't leave my answer with a negative exponent, so I write it like this, negative 24. This portion will go down below the fraction bar, so it'll be x over x to the 6th power. Let's look at these last few here. What if the outside power is negative? So remember when we raise powers to a power, we multiply the powers. So look at this. If I do this, that'll be x to the negative 6th power. I can't leave my answer like that. I need to make it 1 over x to the 6th. Number 2, look at this. I can first just take this whole thing and put it underneath the bar to make that exponent positive. You can do that first. That's fine. Now let's look at this. Now let's kind of distribute that power. So negative 4, so a negative times a negative times a negative is going to be negative. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So I know it's negative 64. Now we raise our powers. X squared times 3 is going to be x to the 6th and y to the 3rd. So notice I no longer have any negative exponents. I'm going to move number 3 down. Okay, so let's look at this first. This whole thing is raised to the negative power, so I'm going to move it down. All right, so let's clean this up. Negative 6, x to the 3rd, y to the 5th squared. And I'm going to move that negative exponent down so it's positive. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is kind of distribute that power, apply that power. So negative 6 squared is 36. X cubed squared is going to be x to the 6th. Y to the 5th squared is y to the 10th. Then on the bottom, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. X to the 4th to the 3rd power is x to the 12th. And y to the negative 2 power times 3 is y to the negative 6th power. Okay, so notice I need to do some reducing. So what can I do? I notice that these both are divisible by 3. Or actually more than that, they're divisible by 9. So let's do 4 and 3. I notice that this is a negative exponent, so it needs to come up. So let's continue on with our simplification. Let's do this. So it'd be 4x to the 6th, y to the 10th, over 3x to the 12th. That y to the 6th needs to come to the top, right? Okay, now let's keep going. Let's keep going. So the 4 over 3 is not going to reduce any further. So x to the 6th over x to the 12th. I can cancel out 6 of these, and that leaves 6 on the bottom. The y's are I'm going to add these because they're side by side. So it would be y to the 16th power. And this is as far as I can reduce this question. So this assignment is going to build in complexity. It's going to end up using all of our exponent rules and introducing that negative exponent component. All right, let me know what questions you have when you get to class. Good luck.